Alright, back again, Luke here, and today what I wanted to do is show you these two very unique machines sitting in front of me right now. And these are two machines that you probably have seen if you've gone back through some of my older videos here, and you've probably seen them in a lot of pieces. You've probably seen different videos on me destroying them, trying to put them back together. Nonetheless, today what I wanted to do is show you guys the Sony PSX. Now, this isn't to be confused with the Sony first edition, first run, original Sony PlayStation 1. This is the Sony PSX. For those of you out there who don't know what a PSX is, a Sony PSX is a PlayStation 2 that is inside a very, sleek case. Has lots of different features. It has a hard drive in it. Each one of these has a hard drive in it, used for TV recording, used for saving of different television shows, things like that. It's almost like a TiVo box, if you're familiar with that. Has a lot of features in the back. S-video. It has regular composite videos, video cables on the back. It has RF cables. Well, I'll spin it around here. These machines were basically designed in between Sony's PlayStation 2. They kind of had a little bit of a experimental phase here, and on the back you can kind of see. Over here you have two controller ports. You have your different video inputs, like your RF in, RF out, cable in and out. You have your S-video out on the back here. You have your regular composite cables, and on the back here you have your S-video ins and your composite ins. And yeah, on the back here, there's also there's a, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I think that is the digital or the optical out on there. But and then you have your power cable here. Now, it's kind of a weird design, but like I had mentioned, Sony has designed this really kind of sleek and smooth-looking PlayStation 2 into something that could be used not only for game lovers, but also for those people who like to record TV, to be able to run their TV through their PlayStation 2, and things like that. It's really a unique concept, but in reality, it wasn't exactly the best idea. The reason for that is, for example, this is the 7700. This is a DESR-7700. This is a DESR-5700. And there were also a couple other ones that were made, like a 5500. There was also a 7000 version that was made. But with all of these, when they first came out, they cost about $1,000 or more for the features that this thing has, being able to play not only DVDs, but being able to play PS2 games and record TV and things like that. It was a very expensive machine when it first came out. And I believe they made these two here. This is the higher end model with the 7700. It has a 250 gig hard drive in it. And this is kind of the lower end model with it having I believe it's a 180 gig or so hard drive in it. So you had two different versions here, or like I had mentioned before, there were the kind of sub versions with the 5500 and the 7000. But they made them so that, the higher end people could buy this one here, and it does look really, really nice. I mean, it has a transparent backing right there, and this will light up blue. I'll show you in a little bit. And this one here, it's a little bit more, plain and simple. There's no real coloring on the text itself, and it doesn't have that transparent kind of look in the back. It's just one solid piece of plastic. But they will both play the same. They'll both work the same. And what's interesting about this machine as well is you can prop it up like this. It actually has rubber feet on it, so you can stand it up like this. You can put the games or the DVDs in on end, and it'll load them in like that, and then it'll pop them back out. And this one looks really, really cool when it has a game loaded, because this one glows blue in the front. Sorry, it glows blue in the back there, and it also glows blue up here in the front. This one glows blue in the front here underneath this, the disc insert part. But let's power this on here. I'll show you what it does. Here's the power light and eject. This is the game reset, which, because this thing has a hard drive in it, even says up top, it says with the hard drive, make sure that you don't turn it off, don't turn the system off, don't pull the cables out, make sure that you quit the game and then turn the system off, and it's just to save the hard drive without destroying that. Underneath here, you can see we have our memory card slots. You can also see we got a DV in port, we got a regular USB one and a memory stick port, which is kind of awesome. This one here will allow you to go into the home and navigate throughout the home. There's also a remote control for it, and I have that remote sitting around here somewhere, but I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. But the remote here was used for a lot of the DVD features, so to be able to play the movies. And you actually have to turn the, you have to press the home button to get the, to get the screen to pop up. I'll show you that here in just a second. So let's first hit the old power. It'll turn green, that's blue. You'll see there's the PSX logo. It's very, very short, and you can see this thing kind of glowing here up front. And you can see the blue light in the back there. It's accessing the hard drive, or the hard disk. I mean, it depends on where you are and how you look at it. Here you can see a small loading ball. This one's very common. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that before. But after a few seconds, that will disappear. And what it'll leave you with is a blank screen. And now, in some of the settings, this is something I think that you can change in the settings mode or the menu, where it'll automatically pop up to a television channel, where it will automatically turn on that channel. And unfortunately now, since analog is out, you can't really use that feature. But let's go down here to the front, and we will press the home button. And you can see now we have a menu. Now, if we go along here, you can see that there's the game. You can play the game. It's very much set up like the PS3 is. Lots of different features on here. You can, check the hard drive and load music, all that good stuff with the system itself. What we are going to do is we are going to play a game. We're going to put a game in it. And surprisingly enough, after all of the difficulties that I've had with these PSXs, these things are, like I said, they were expensive when they came out, and these machines are notorious for breaking down. You pretty much find them dead a lot more often than you find them working. And to get them working again is just ridiculous. The amount of work that you have to do to get them working again is just so much torture. It's just a lot of pain. And if you've seen some of my older videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I've gone through so much painstaking effort trying to figure out the problems, diagnose the problems, going back over them again, breaking them, repairing them again, just horrible stuff. And one of the biggest things that you'll find with these PlayStation or these PSX systems is if you get one, you might be lucky and it might read a PS1 disc. 99% of the time it doesn't read anything. But there's a small chance you might be able to get one that reads a PS1 disc. If you're really lucky, you might be able to get one that reads a PS2 blue disc. But you're pretty much, you're really scraping the luck barrel if you can find one that will play the gold-colored dual-layered discs or anything like that. And this one will finally do it, and so will that one. But it takes a little bit for it to load. And if you don't press the button, the home button, you won't be able to see this menu. You won't even be able to see it load. There you go. And you can see it's loading down there. We'll scroll down to that and start this beast up. Now, at the menu screen here, it's going to say, just wait a second. It's working, or it's loading the game. So please wait. And then eventually it will pop it on, which is awesome. and I am very, very happy to have this thing working again. Like I had said, there's a lot of stuff I might be even, you know, skipping over or even tripping over my own words here, trying to explain this machine, but I've put up videos on it before, and just nightmare videos after nightmare video, and trying to get this thing running, or both of these things running, and, you know, with no avail here, but it's probably going to be really loud. But as you can see, I mean, it's playing the game, it's loading it, which is just beyond awesome. But for those of you out there who are in the market, you know, for one of these machines, you can see for yourself, you know, they do look pretty awesome when they are working. But as far as repairs go on them, you're looking at a lot of work trying to get this stuff, trying to get these things back up and going again. And I mean, even for myself, in the past, I've actually wound up breaking 2 of them. Unfortunately, one of them was just a grounding out issue, which unfortunately fried the whole machine. The other one where it was, you know, trying to troubleshoot all of the different mechanics on the inside here, as well as the chips, like, that had overheated. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I had to go and, you know, make videos on in the past there. And, you know, having to go over it with a heat gun and all sorts of good and wonderful stuff here to try and get these things going again. But, yeah, it's, they're both alive and they're both working well. So, just figured I'd show you guys a little bit of a look at the PSX. These things are not exactly the most common system, and they are very expensive, even nowadays if you go and find one. Unless you find one that's working 100%, you're probably going to wind up getting just junk. But if you do find one that is working 100%, you're almost looking at paying the same price as what they were when they first came out. At least on, well, places like eBay, I suppose, or things like that. But, I mean, in general, these things usually still go for a pretty penny, just the way they are, you know, even in a broken state, but in a working condition, they go for a lot of money. But for the system here, like you can see, the game is playing, it is working fine, and in order to stop it, we just go down here to Quit Game. We're going to press Quit Game. That's going to kill the screen here. It's going to basically start resetting everything. You'll be able to see the hard drive access light going on. And it's going to be kind of slowly resetting itself. You might even hear the disk like try and restart at some point. But, yeah, like there. I don't know if you can hear it. Just kind of restarts a little bit. But you'll notice that the screen here, you can see you can see the little ball there flashing for a little bit. But you'll notice that the screen's blank. There's nothing on there. So we have to go in and press our home button. And there we are, back up at our home menu. And back over here, and you can see the disk is still there. Then from here, what you would do is just eject the disk. And sometimes, it depends on if this flap is really kind of dirty and it's kind of falling apart. But if you have one of these flaps that's actually really, really eaten away, the disk will come flying out. It'll come flying at you. So you kind of got to be a little bit careful with that. But just figured I'd show you guys this. I was extremely super excited to get these things going again. And just painstaking work, trying to work on the old PSX. This is probably one of the most difficult repairs that I've ever had to do on a game machine. But nonetheless, these things are working, and yeah, they're you know, one-of-a-kind machine. So just thought I'd share that with you guys for right now. And yeah, like always, I'll put up another video here soon. So thanks for watching. Put this guy down here. Doo-doo. Put this disk away, turn this off. That guy is all powered down. Back to the old red light. So now everything's safe and ready to be unplugged. And kind of take the old cable out of the back of this one. It's a lot more difficult doing this with the one hand, but take these out. Come on. And the controller, and put these wires somewhere around here. And these things are super heavy, by the way. These things weigh, I don't know, upward of, geez, 20 pounds? Maybe, yeah, maybe about 20 pounds or so. They almost weigh as much as that Super Famicom box does. These are really, really beastly. They are made with a lot of metal parts on the inside there. And the boards are really sandwiched together as well, so let's try and put this here and try and do this blindly. I think that's the top one. Should be alright. Now, let's kind of move this around here for a second. Point that there. And let's get the... Alright, so now we've got this guy all plugged in, and this one's ready to go. You can see here. And hit the power switch on this one. You can see that lights up. And you can see the little title there. I think I have probably these wires loose a little bit. Hopefully that'll be alright. And we got this thing loading again over here. Yeah, once again, me trying to end the video early just does not work. I'm in the game room here trying to celebrate after repairing these things here. Just figured I'd have myself a little Sapporo. Love this stuff. Alright, so let's pop this guy open here, and hit the home button. See NHK there, and we'll grab good old Maximo. You can see I have episode 3 there for Star Wars, but Maximo, one of the old blue discs. What a fun game. I actually enjoy this one a lot. But we'll pop this guy in here. And you'll notice that probably, the door actually sounds a little bit kind of noisy. But that should start up quite soon, at least. You can actually hear it, try and fire on, and then it slows down, and then it'll try and fire on again, it'll slow down, and then it'll, pop it up right there. So you can see the PlayStation 2 disc. And we start this up. It'll say the same thing once again, and then it'll load it up. But hopefully you guys found this video a little bit entertaining or a little bit interesting. There are not a lot of videos out there on the Sony PSX, the PlayStation 2, at least not working ones. Not so many. There are a few out there, but yeah. There is this guy here. Still not bad, not as cool as the other one, but it sure is pretty, pretty nice looking. So hit the old start button there. You guys remember that? That is some old stuff right there. Old technology, but still good technology. And there you have it. Probably see on the side here, maybe. Which side is it? Yeah, this side, right there. You can see that's the fan. So that's pulling all the air from these side vents here, trying to block out as much dust as possible. These things get extremely heavily just filled with dust. So, and that also helps to helps the chips desoldering, accidentally desoldering the chips, and removing the chips. But yeah. Maximo, aka 3D Ghosts and Goblins. But you guys, it's haven't seen this one in a while, huh? I haven't seen it in a while either. It's just been sitting sitting in the old game stuff, but wanted to give it a shot. And that's it.